Alright, it's time for Team Battle Tryndamere. Mighty check 1. Mighty check 2. Okay. Let's get the show on the road. This is one of those older games that I kind of had to resort to using. Let's see. If I remember correctly, my runes were attack speed red, armor penquins, armor yellow, magic resistance flat blues. I think that's what they were. And 2190. Anyways, I was gonna gank top, but they die. So I go wander around and just back to farming. You know, the thing about Tryndamere is he's one of those junglers that just farms. He's an old school farming jungler. And he's fallen out of grace. Like, they nerfed him for some reason, and they refused to buff him back up for some reason. Like, oh, he used to dominate his lane, too much sustain. Well, then there's Riven, and now there's Jace. Yeah, I think they should just make him a straight-out jungler somehow. Make it so, you know, he doesn't lose. Like, he should gain some form of lifesteal instead of having to buy Vampiric Scepter, because that's kind of a big weakness. Buying Vampiric Scepter in Forsaking Boots, it's really risky. For starters, if someone beats you up, there's no way you can continue jungling on certain. There's no way you can continue jungling. Anyways, I want to seal his blue, and I'm like, okay, the timers must be weird. I don't exactly know when he took his blue, so screw. It's about to spawn, I bet, so I want to steal it. I finally sin, fight breaks out, I run off, and I join it back, and I join it right back. Just got level 6, and we're doing dragon. I almost die, use my ultimate just to stay alive, top is dead again. Alright, 2 assists, I got Wriggle's Lantern. I would normally not buy Wriggle's Lantern on Tryndamere. I bought it in this case because, for starters, like, there's Poppy. I'm pretty sure she's going the AD thing. There's Graves, and I'm fighting Lee Sin, who is a big ass counter to Tryndamere in the jungle at least. Well, probably in the lane too. So you gotta need that armor and the life sustain, and the proc isn't so bad. Anyways, stealing the enemy jungle. His blue will spawn soon. I'm gonna do a tower dive. I'm level 6. So I have my ultimate. Graves committed, so he no longer has his dash. This makes gutting him easier. But this Alistair perfectly, times his crowd control, so it keeps me away. I change targets to him, and as soon as I get, my E back, I just dive right in to finish off Graves. Now, here's an important thing people need to know as Tryndamere. Oh, Karth is going to come, but this next part is kind of uninteresting. We have to know with Tryndamere. Let's say you're ganking a dual lane, like 2 people in the lane, you go in there to kill them. Let's just say you're doing that. Let's say, like, you saw Graves got ahead of me, and therefore I couldn't get him, and your E is down too. Not many people actually pay attention to what his E does, but if you crit while you have your E on cooldown, you'll actually lower its cooldown duration. So if you're chasing 2 people, like in the case where Alistair kept me away from Graves, I was cutting at Alistair, hoping to get a crit and lower the cooldown so I can go in and get Graves. In this case, the enemy, my teammate Silver just destroys the 2 of them. I was like, oh, if I knew he was going to be this crazy, I would have joined in, but oh well. Oh look, free blue for me. Delicious. Here comes Lee Sin. I'm going to give him Dragon. There's nothing I could do. Alright. One good thing about Tryndamere is you could build them multiple ways. Like, you can build a more early crit or movement speed, like Zeal, Phantom Dancer in the jungle. Everything works on him because of his massive fucking steroid on his Q. As long as you're farming up. And it's like, I don't know exactly the best way to describe it, especially in this video, but each item build he goes in the jungle has a specific purpose or use. In this one, I'm going for straight out damage because the fights are going to be, kill the MVPs. Especially since top lane. Oh, in this case, I just chased down Lee Sin. It's like, oh, you think you're going to run? No, son. Nope, you did. Okay, he dies. The fights are going to be, I got to murder the MVP like Graves or Karthus really quickly. So, if rushing and well, getting attack damage from BF sword was needed. And there, I don't even know how the Morgana Q missed. I'm like, I saw it, had like basically just going through him. It's like, okay, here I get initiated on, and I get like CC'd up the ass, and like, okay, time for a fight. I cut the closest person to me. I dive towards for Karthus, and I'm about to die. Like, I don't want to die, so I flash over and I forget there's a fucking Karthus. I'm like, I just spent the time trying to kill him, and then I forgot there's a Karthus. So I die by an ultimate. Oh, well. This game was like, I think 3 months old, so, forgive me for not memorizing every single thing that happened in this game. Either way, I take a dragon by myself. And then, Alistair, you're in a bad, bad neighborhood. Buy Infinity Edge first. The build I actually enjoy more is... Oh, here's a fight. Use my E, lower their damage, just start cutting him up. And the second I got my E, I just dive straight to Graves. Didn't think he'd have his, little flashy thingy, dash. So he gets to survive, and I get to die. Anyways, my preferred build with Tryndamere tends to be Avarice Blade, Zeal, of course still having the Vampiric Scepter, then a BF Sword. And then going off from there, sometimes getting a Brutalizer if I'm doing very well. Alright, here comes another fight. It's completely disorganized, and Poppy's just getting chunked down. She then uses her ultimate on Soraka for some reason, while I have the enemy carry and the enemy caster fighting me, so those other people are going to get just blown up by the carry. I'm destroying Graves. Like, nope, Graves, I'm going to eat just right up so I can kill you. I'm going to go into the tri-bush, and I'm just going to wait there. So as soon as Alistair comes in, I just cleave him for the kill. I was like, okay, he face-checked that. Probably shouldn't have. Then we kill Karthus. He's going to use his ultimate. I'm going to die, so I decide to laugh before I drop. Well, actually, I don't think I laughed there. I think I put in that other video I made using this clip, I added a laugh. Okay. Anyways, here I'm making the Phantom Dancer. Phantom Dancer... In some cases, you might instead want, what's the thing called? Quicksilver Sash. For obvious damn reasons, especially fucking ignites. Anyways, Morgana gets caught. It's like, and, like, if they focus me, I'll easily survive this. So I'm just waiting for Morgana, for them to change target. But no, I have no idea what they're doing. It's like, okay, well, Morgana gets a good ult on them because they kind of face check it, though, but she gets knocked away by Graves. This splits up the team, so splits up the team, so I get to just chunk Graves and kill him, but I fuck up my ult and don't even click it, and I get dropped. Also, I said Graves knocked him back. It was Alistair. They're both cow things, cow related, cowboy, cow, giant cow. Okay. Tryndamere is one of my favorite champions, mostly because he's one of the few legit jungle carries. Here, I just get caught and die. Like I just tried split pushing. That's one thing about with Tryndamere is, even if you got screwed in the jungle, even if you're behind on a farm, you can split push like a king. Because a lot of champions can't take you 1v1, even if you're not too farmed. Like right here, I just dive in, kill Karthus, go to Graves, and just start going to town on him. I just turn on, the Alistair, because he got close to me. I cleave them. Ooh, I get dropped. Man, here I'm buying, the Hextech Gunblade. This is another very niche build on him, but it actually works. For starters, his AP ratio on his Q isn't so bad. Spinning Slash has an AP ratio too, and Spell Vamp ends up working with him more or less, and of course Lifesteal. Plus, I really love the active ability. Anyways, it's very, very niche, so don't always build it. Here, I just go in E, fucking sever Graves' head off, like pretty much instantly. Now I get to split push this, but this lures in the enemy team to try to stop me. What are they gonna do? I just E away and then go back right to killing. Team fight occurs, I go in, use my slow. Lee Sin gets dropped. I flash to finish off Alistair. Then I use the Hextech Lifesteal 1 component to slow Karthus and win.